crafty friends, it's Tranae, and today I am going to give you an updated tour of my craft room. I have been redecorating this thing like crazy. It is really a never-ending journey with me because like I'll think I'm done and then I'll see something and I'm like, oh wow, that will work so much better, and I'll swap everything out. So today is one of those days where you get an updated tour. So I am just going to jump right in and start showing you guys the craft room. So if you were walking into the room, this is the view that you will be met with. As you can see, I kind of have everything set up in zones. So I am going to give you zone number 1, which is over here. This is where I kind of can sit and read. That's my chair, my favorite chair. I recovered that chair. And over here up against this wall, I have a wall gallery. And you guys, how I did this gallery is up on my channel, the whole video, and you can check it out. But it honestly haven't changed very much. The only thing that has changed was there was a picture right in between those two flowers that I have no idea where it disappeared to. So when I find it, I'll stick it back on there. But until then, you know, it's kind of like that. The washi tape, I guess, just gave out and it ran away. So down here I have my little teddy bear sitting in the chair. I use him when I am filming right there and need to set my focus. I'll like prop him up and use him as a focusing like model, and then I can like flip out with the camera and switch places with him. So he comes in handy. Up against that back wall, I have a bookcase. Now this is one of the things that are new to the room. The last time I did my tour, this case was not here. I purchased these cases from Home Depot, and I think they were like $30–40 for 2 of them. And I even got the little storage canvas boxes that go in here. And I honestly haven't even finished the ones like at the bottom. As you can see, I had to buy some more of those little blue things. They were out. So I got the 4 that they had, and then I just have to go back. But I really love that color blue, so I kept it. New to the room also is this little ottoman. I purchased this ottoman at Ross, and I didn't like the color it came in. So I covered it in that purple color that has been daybed cover, and then it was like I had a different ottoman in here that was way bigger, and now I have this one, and I love this one. I can let it up and down, and it has storage in it. The last ottoman I had a storeway bed, so I couldn't use it so much for storage, and it was kind of big because at the time this room was also serving as a guest room. However, I was able to put the old ottoman in my husband's new hangout room, and he likes it because he loves to take like day naps, so he can just pull it out and, you know, use it. But this one works so much better for me. And inside of there I just have like a bunch of fabrics stored, because right over there I have my sewing machine. And so this is my like mini table that's in here. I honestly don't use this table very often. I really don't sew as much as I should when I'm sewing. It's probably because it's like a house project and it doesn't really happen that often. But I did want my sewing machine to be like set up on a table. I don't like having to sew with the machine like being above the table, if that makes sense. As you can see with this right here, I kind of get like a flush table, and I purchased that table to give me that option. And I got that table from Home Shopping Network. I think it was $100. And this is my old chair. As you can see, I covered it in the same fabric that the other chair is covered in. And this used to be my old craft chair, but the air pressure thing in it went out, so you can't let it up and down. But it's the perfect height for the sewing, for like sewing over here, but it didn't work in my big craft table. So this is my third zone, which is my main craft table. As you can see, this table is really, really long, and I absolutely love the length of this table. I'll be doing a how to knot review on it pretty soon. This is the Easy View table from the original scrap box, and it is an investment purchase. I'm not gonna lie. The table was kind of expensive, but it was one of those things that I saved up for. But I think it's cool because you can see what's in your drawers before, you know, even opening it. And then it has like an area like down in the bottom. I have two things down here. First, I have my big kick machine. So I do my die cutting there, and I don't even have to take it out. And then I have a drawer down here, which, as you can see, I store like the dies and like glues and stuff under there. And the mechanics of this desk is really cool. As you can see, I could open that desk with my foot. So it's really cool. And then over here on my desk, I have like a little caddy. And this is like the caddy from Hobby Lobby. And it turns, and this keeps all of like the things I usually need while I'm crafting. I have some pencils, some pens, an eraser, and some gel markers. I have some watercolor brush and some mini misters. I have like wire cutters and needle nose pliers, scissors, glue. Then I have like a corner rounder and I don't know what this other thing is called. Well, that's the corner rounder. Then I have like this little eyelet setter here. So that is the craft table. Also, I have like my glue gun that stays out. And then I have these two lamps. One on this side and one on that side. And these are work lamps from Target. And what I did was I use daylight light bulbs. So that way when I'm recording, I have nice clean lighting, even if it's nighttime, because the daylight bulbs, they don't give off that yellow hint because they have a cooler shade to them. So if you're doing videos at night, I recommend you invest in some of those light bulbs. And I think the lamps were $5. The light bulbs actually cost more than the lamps, which is, you know, kind of sad. Section, I guess this would be zone 4, and this is a wall unit that I built. I designed this using some closet made systems, and what I did was I used 2.5 of the, I think it was like the 16 width closet system. I purchased 2 of them, but only like one whole one, and then like one of the little half units that you see are in here. The other one is in my closet in my bedroom. And then I used like these little really narrow ones that they had that was like 11 inches wide, and I used those on the side. But they house my scrapbooks are down at the bottom, and then I have like some planners on the second shelf and a hole punch, my selfie, a mic, and I know that looks super weird, but when I record voiceovers, I use that mic. And then up at the top, I have some boxes with ribbons and I think it's like jewelry, beads or something in there. And the other one is mostly stuff that I don't use a whole lot. And then over in that other box, I don't even know what's in there. I need to label that box. But under that, I have my gorgeous dolls. I have my Prima color pencils. And then I have a Heidi, I think it's a Heidi swap cinch machine. Or it might just be the regular one. I'm not sure. But it's a cinch machine. And then in that little clear container next to it, I have some envelopes, a scale for when I'm sending off Happy Mail, and then I have 3 drawers right there, and then at the bottom, that is where I keep my Copic markers. But in the middle, as you can see, I have my paper stashed. So this is where my 12 by 12 papers and my letter size papers are. And as you can see, the middle is empty because I have to get more shells for it. I'm torn between getting like the acrylic ones like at the bottom, and I can't make my decision. I use the white ones for now just because I had them, and you know, it's kind of like waste not want not. But I think I really want to swap them out with the acrylic ones. But the acrylic shells are kind of expensive. They are like $50 for 6, and I purchased them from the original scrap box also. But let's look at these drawers. So the cool thing about like this closet made system is that you can install drawers, and that's exactly what I did. So at the first one, I have my 6x6 paper pads and some journaling cards there. And I also have like my colored pencil paper and stuff like that in this drawer. And I love it because when I am sitting at my desk, I can literally just turn around and pull this out. So everything is close enough to where I can sit and work. And here I have my stamps stored, and it works really well. I do love having the drawer to store the stamps. You guys may remember like last year I was using one of the clear containers, but this works so much better. So I just have everything in like little clear stamp pouches, and then I have like the little dividers. So like all my critter stamps are here, which is the majority of what I have because I love stuff with like little critters on them. And then I have like one that's a lot of florals, and then over here I have like just like food and drinks and objects. And I also have my label maker in there as well. And that last bottom drawer is where I keep all of my embellishments. So I started at first, I was labeling them, but I stopped doing that because once I get finished with them, I would have to pull that label off and start again. So now I don't even do that. I just put them in there. As you can see, like I have the pink paisley collection, and I keep it in there because as I use them, I mark them off, so I'm not just looking through that. But this allows me to keep them like the collections together. And I even have like a couple of empty boxes in here. And then I also have my Studio Calico Project Life kits in here. And then under here is my Copic storage, and I love this case because it keeps everything let's see, I'm in frame. It keeps everything like nice and tidy, and I can keep up with all my markers. But this isn't something that I would want to travel with. It's not secure enough for travel. All right, so over here I still have my pegboard. That was something that has been in this room for a very long time. Let me zoom out. So I still have that, and I have thread on here. I am going to move the thread over to where the sewing machine is. I just need to get a pegboard for over there, and then I will give it the boot. Over here I have like a spice rack, and this contains my heat embossing inks. Not heat embossing inks, my heat embossing powders. So as you can see, here's the clear, and this just really works. And this was an old spice rack that my mom had, and once she got finished with it, I grabbed it from her. But it works. And I have shelving, yeah, a couple of little baskets, I guess you would call them. And like this one has like Heidi Swap, Color Shine, and then the other stuff in the top ones at the top is just purely decorative stuff. Scissors here as well. And then I have this typewriter from We Are Memory Keepers. I'll be doing a how to knot review on it pretty soon and letting you know what I think about it. But I thought it was so pretty, and it's like that vintage pink color, so it lives out loud. right here on the countertop. So let's go underneath this shelf. This is a pull out drawer that contains this Caterpillar Pro. So underneath there I have my Cricut machine and the scan and cut. And last but not least, on this shelf I have like iris containers, and I have like different things. Like this one is my pass it on containers, and basically anything in here I want to pass it on. Maybe, you know, it was something that I had two of, or it was it came in some Happy Meal and it's just not really my style, so I'll pass it on to someone else. But yeah, and that's that box. But I also have a box for different scraps, one for my hip kits from the past, and I have some that has embellishments in it and stuff like that. All right, so in this last little cubby I have my smaller paper cutters. And this one is really great when you're traveling, like if you're going to a crop or something. That's when I use this one, but I mostly use this one when I'm crafting. I really like the size of this one. I also have my score tools under here, and I'm trying to pull this stuff out with one hand. So I have my score tools, and they just slide right back in there when I'm not using them. And then I have a glass cutting mat and a MISTI tool under here and a stamp press. In here I have like watercolors, and this one I have like acrylic paint and stencils. And then in that very last shelf down at the bottom we have my zigs. We have another container. I had purchased this one at first hoping that it would work, and then I have my button making supplies and my button maker. So those live there. This is it. I'm really proud of this little space. And it brings me a lot of joy to be in here. I am going to let you guys go and stop chatting. See you later. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Woo woo. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.